Saturday, I don't want to say madness, but it's chaotic at times. We have a group of personalities from an eclectic background. On the big screen right now, you're seeing Scott from Dispel, appropriately branded. Yes. And you can get Dispel music at dispelmusic.com. Scott, say hi to the people.
Hello, Ether Web.
All right. Next, we have the man of the next hour and a half. He is going to be preparing some things. I'll be joining him as well. We got LG. What up? What up? The camera to your left. That camera. Boom. Yep.
How's everybody? Happy Saturday.
All right. All right.
Getting into some munchies.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Making the rest of us hungry.
Yep. We have Charlotte.
Hey, I get to eat some of it.
Rub it in, what up,
Yep. And then we also have Kyle, both from Effects May Vary. Boom. All right. And then also joining us in the studio, in the control room, we got Taylor and we got DUI. You know what I mean? Oh, and he's finally got his graphics. So we're going to throw that up there. Overlay, boom, logo, bam. Driving under insanity.
Yeah,
you know what? That's not good enough. Bam. There you go. Hit him with it. So, for LG's cooking, what are we making today?
Oh, since you asked, we're getting into some stir fry today. There's a few variations. Chopped up some beef, already done. We got the red peppers, mushrooms, green peppers, tomatoes. Those are all chopped up, ready to go. I'm going to add a little bit of side to it by request of, Block himself. Said he wanted some Jamaican dumplings with it. So I'm going to put that to the side with it as well. And just see how it goes.
Right,
Throw a little bit of seasoning here, some jerk tings, some Jamaican disc, and flavor up some food.
Yeah, we got two different
It's
styles
so
of
delicious
beef. We
pepper
got
sauce.
I'll call it the Canadian beef that doesn't have as much heat to it.
Ooh.
And then we got the
And
island,
since they're
the
there,
Caribbean cut.
we'll open it so they can see that,
Yeah, there you go. We got the Caribbean
Yeah.
cut, which is, a little bit spicier. We kicked it with that Soulicious pepper sauce. And might as well cut to a commercial, then come back to some music.
Yeah, we should do that.
I will get you that shortly. There's this.
That's trying to fight to stay alive. It's called Weapons Case.
You see them pepper, yeah? You know them, Mac? Soulicious pepper sauce. Too hot for tech. XX Inferno. We have two flavor. Bring one for your friend or even your neighbor. Soulicious pepper sauce. Look on the ingredient. No fat in it. And we have spices, yes. Soulicious pepper sauce. We have the niceness. Put it in your drink and spice it up, yes. Soulicious pepper sauce. We have apron too. So worth to eat. Just right for you. All right. So, bam. I'm gonna get this camera going.
It's like a 30-second
I will get this song going right quick. It's the sneak peek of Parasite.
She is beautiful. She was strong inside. Then you came along. Wormed your way into her life. Now I know that she's sick, so she says that she's alright. And now she's taking pills and she cannot sleep at night. It's inside her gut, you're poisoning her mind. And you might never strike, but you leave your mark behind. You say the word, but something isn't right. Cause you are not her love, you're just a parasite. You are
We gotta bring you up right quick. We gotta bring you up because that was stellar. I mean, like, we got another song we're gonna play, but like, what was the motivation behind that song? I mean, do I take it verbatim? Is it like, is there someone in particular you're talking about? Like, do
I
you not
mean,
wanna...
No, I 1000% wrote that song about somebody in particular. One of my best friends was dating this guy that was really, really not good for her. And so I told her so many times, I'm like, you got to break up with this guy. Like, he's toxic. And she just wasn't really going for it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to write a song about you. And then the funny story is I was trying to send it to one of my other friends, and I accidentally sent it to her, telling her that the song was about her. And yeah, she still hasn't really let me get away with that. So she broke up with the guy, though. They are no longer dating now.
Okay, well, I have a special situation here. The reason we know each other is going to be shortly joining us. Yes, we have a jambalaya. Yes.
Hey!
We are going to be joined by Hadapato shortly. Until then, yes, we're going to pull Kyle up. Okay, now what is is there a story behind Second Stage? What is it in a nutshell?
Oof. Well, in terms of lyrics and thematics, that's going to be on Charlotte to explain.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a little bit self-evident. We're talking about the pressures, especially female performers can face. But as far as musically speaking, it was just a really heavy riff that we all really got behind, and it was something that stuck in our heads, and we just wanted to take the time to explore it, and it turned into something really cool.
All right. We'll come back to Charlotte after the track. All right, so we gonna hit it right here. Okay, hold on. Like, no. I didn't even like that fucking slide right there killed me. Like, when I first heard the track, I was just like, wait a minute. No, that is Excalibur like swordsmanship on a guitar. So I'm sorry, that was a little ignorant of me. I didn't let the whole thing play. I should have let more of it play, but no, we're gonna go back to it. Y'all take this slide in right here and just let the track, you know what I mean, cruise through your cerebellum as it soothes it. All right. Okay. Like, everything about this track I can vibe with. I'm gonna jump to the picture quick. Okay. Just had one more guess.
A little girl waits in line for her turn to go
Hello.
on stage.
Hello.
She's been practicing.
Oh, hey, you guys.
Hey!
Turn the
Awesome.
page. She goes up
We
and
got a bit of
sings
a
like
jam
there's no
going on
one
here.
watching. The crowd
Yeah.
cheers and yells. But a police stops her just outside, for he has his license to sell. Now it's terrible, he says to her, you should never sing again. And she takes those words to heart, because she chose to let them in. Despite leaving him behind, she will eventually be alright. She won't need his approval, so she can't sleep at night. She can do this on her own, but there's a place for him to sit back and burn with envy. She proves what she can bear. Makes me wonder how many girls have a story just like me, letting their lives be controlled by hateful words, tainted with jealousy.
influence, right? You are compromised if this is
because
on.
they know they cannot do what we
all right.
do, no matter how hard they try. Words of song and they like songs, but my phone will never ring. They can steal my notes and use my voice, but my soul they can never sing. Despite leaving in the light, she will eventually be alright. She won't need his approval, so she can sleep at night. She can do this on her own. There's a place for him. Sit back and burn with envy. She proves what she can win.
All together now. Yeah. That is so simple. I didn't hear that last time. Hold on.
No, you definitely did. We all went, ooh.
Oh, okay. That must have been it. That must have been that ooh moment. Oh, okay.
Words and songs can be like stones, so my bones will never break. They can steal my notes and hear my voice, but my soul they can never take. Despite leaving him behind, she will eventually be alright. She won't need his approval, so she can sleep at night. She can do this on her own, but there's a place for him. Sit back and burn with envy, while she proves what she can win.
This is Eat the Dumplin, just like getting all that air pockets out. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna jump back to you now, Charlotte. The other day, I was typing your name and Charlie came up. I'm like, I don't know if she feels comfortable with me calling her that, so I'm gonna refer to her as Charlotte until I discuss it with her. But
I mean, I respond to Charlotte. I respond to Charlie. I respond to Chester. I respond to Shark. Honestly, whatever you
I've
feel
heard
like calling me, that's good. That's fine.
I've heard her respond to Charizard before.
Charizard. That is
Charizard.
dope.
I was gonna ask about Char, just like the result of fire breath. Char,
Char.
That is great. Oh my goodness. So now Scott, what is your take as a seasoned, and not to put you on the spot, but as a seasoned vet in the industry, what was your take on that composition? What can they do to bring it up another level? Because like I really appreciate it, like all around. But
I actually was very impressed. I love the vocal approach. I could definitely hear some progressive influence, and I felt like I heard a little Rush influence in there. I would be stoked to actually see it live, to be quite honest with you.
Oh man.
I would love to remix that song. I would love to remix it so it had a little more sound,
Oh, man.
a little wider.
yeah,
I mean, I can certainly speak to as far as Rush influence. I mean, I think I'll never be a Geddy Lee like all over the place bass player, but certainly his skill at voice leading was very influential on my play style. I've never been the kind of bass player that's going to follow the drummer as much as I'm going to follow the singer.
Okay.
And I think it's worth noting that our drummer seems to do a very good job of doing the same and following the singer with his fills, with his rhythms. So yeah, I think that's probably where the Rush undertones are probably coming in.
okay.
See, Sharjar, you are the lead of the band, indeed. Female fronted, out front, calling the shots.
Okay. All right. So the reason we know each other, I'll put you on the spot right now. Apollo. How are you
Hello.
doing?
Quite well. Even better after hearing that song. It feels like the song Black Sabbath would have written if they were established as like a punk band in like the late '90s or something, instead of like a heavy metal band in like the '60s or whatever. Like, I like it. That's a compliment.
I fucking take that as a compliment. That's a beautiful thing to say.
I'm
a
not sure if
huge
you guys
Sabbath
can
fan.
see how red that I am right now, but like I'm just,
And I know whereof I speak.
I'm just blushing.
Oh man, that's awesome. That is definitely what's up. So, since we last spoke, how's life treating you?
Pretty good. Especially since I just scheduled some recording time for this new song my band's working on. And
Nice.
yeah, this one. We were actually going to record another new one first, but we wanted to do them in 2 different studios. And one of the studios opened up first, and we thought, all right, end of March, we're going in, recording a rhythm. We're totally excited to like share with the world, like very soon. Like hopefully, like by like early to mid spring.
Okay, all right. Do you have a working title that you can share with us?
Yeah, we do. We actually, I mean, technically, we have like sort of like working like phone recording I could share, but it would probably sound atrocious over restream, and also it wasn't high quality to begin with. But yeah, it's called "We Don't Need More Songs About Underage Girls."
Okay.
You're damn right we don't.
Now, that is definitely a culture shock right there, and I'm going to transition to.
It never stopped. It's like it started with like some blues in like the 40s or whatever, and then like it kept going like the Beatles, like Ringo, like you're 16, you're beautiful in your mind, and it kept going on till like the modern day. It's like that's weird, man. I mean, like some of the riffs are all right, but like when you listen to the lyrics, it's weird, and I love listening to the lyrics usually.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that My Sharona is a lot better when you don't have the vocal track.
I only know those 2 words in the song. Is there more to it? I know.
Having covered the song with an old band, yeah, there's a lot more to it, and oof, better to take the vocals out.
All right.
Oh,
Do that. That was like one of the first songs I learned on drums because it's just that fun to do. I was
Now
not
it's
a good
stuck in
drummer.
my head.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Thank you, Kyle.
Hey, I think there's another song that you'd rather not have stuck in your head. So, which reminds me, I saw an Agatha All Along T-shirt that I should get for you.
Dagger.
Your character's gonna die now.
I've been trying to get my character killed for ages. I have a warlock I want to play.
I heard something sizzling. Hold on. What's this?
Big time?
I'm about to just cook up the corned beef.
Okay.
Right. I ended up making something miraculous from studying my folks doing it. Right. They're dumplings. They're easy. They're biscuits. But really, it's your application of it and whatever you're exposed to. Right. So. Able to make these biscuits, and this camera just died, I think. Able to make these biscuits.
Yep.
And what I was also able to do is apply something like, your favorite side little dip. Instead of having it as the side, I ended up having it inside of dumpling. So now it's like a double burst of flavor, crunchy, soft texture. Let's get into it, man. You guys have to see it.
Damn it, LG. You're causing all these unseemly rumbles in my tumbles.
My tum tum wants the num num.
Crunch time.
I get to have some. Ha 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 ha.
I see. I'm just trying to get this here going right quick.
So Scott,
Yes.
I hear there's some stuff coming up for you. Is there not? Or was I just hearing stuff?
I'm having a hard time hearing you. Can you repeat that?
I am away from
I'll go like this. Is that
the
better?
mic. Well, my mic's kind of hanging.
Or is it just the microphone today?
Just
There you go.
Okay, I'll sit back.
Where's that Jay?
But do you have anything coming up soon, or?
Yeah, I mentioned earlier. So I'm with your help, I'm making the transition to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook streaming. So I just got a camera I was able to find on eBay and afford, and I got the tripod stand, and I got the audio interface. So this week I'm hoping to get all that ready, and then I'm gonna start doing Dance Macabre on Wednesdays and Sundays. And it's going to be like dark wave, gothic, some probably throw in a little metal here and there, and then some psychobilly or horror punk or something. And it seems like on Twitch and stuff, you can kind of get away with some guilty pleasures every now and then, which you can't do when you're DJing live because it will crush the dance floor. But I guess that's the benefit of being on a streaming service. And then April 22nd, we're going to do a live streaming concert as part of a compilation we're on called Unearthed. And that's from a label called Broken Sound Tapes in North Carolina. So super excited about that. So right now I'm in the process of programming all the lights through, I'll show you because this might be helpful for effects may vary
I'm
when
a
you
little
get to that
jealous
point.
about the Unearth.
But this is an interface where you can plug in USB to DMX. So you can program your whole light show per song, pre-programmed inside your DAW, your music software. So the light show does exactly what you want. So
That is so cool.
That's awesome. I'm gonna be harassing you for details.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we know where to find each other on Facebook now. So
Definitely.
Scott, you got me a little jealous.
So that's how you do it.
I thought I was done with the lighting, but now I have another reason to upgrade. Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
cool.
I gotta apologize to the wife and Jer in advance. But yeah. So we're just here. El's got something. Like, how's that cooking coming along, El?
Man, it's coming along great. Seasonings are starting to smell nice.
All right.
Type of stuff that if you passed out during the day and that hits you in the nostril, you'd be like, whoa.
Yeah, good way to wake up, like smelling salt.
What?
Yo, by the way, I have some friends who would be all about your Dance Macabre stream. Like, send me the link, I will give it to them. They would be like, they would tune in religiously.
Okay, let me find that. Let's see. Yeah, he's just adding some spices and making it a niceness. I will share messenger. Oh, come on now. So yeah, don't mind me. I'm just trying to send the link.
I'm just stoked about Unearthed. Like that's.
Yeah, no, that sounds
I'm a fan
super
of it.
exciting to me.
Thank you,
Me
man.
and,
A
me
lot
and
of work
my
going
counterpart in
into
the
it.
studio here, we're both talking about it. They have some great albums.
Okay.
I'll be
So
sure and
for a minute.
get all those social media links out and probably reach out to you guys again. Maybe we could jump on a stream to promote it. That would be cool.
Oh hell yeah! Shoot us the links and we'll shoot it up in the shows.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
that'd be super cool.
Like on Wednesday, we were promoting you and Effects May Vary and Slightly
morning.
Intoxicated.
This afternoon, actually, I played one of the songs off of Inferno, and it burned me. It was that hot.
Glad to hear.
It was
That's the
hot,
point.
bro. I was just like I said, I changed the format of the show just to cater to the composition. It was like, I'm gonna take more time and listen to the rest of it, but like, whew, yeah, it was, and like, it made me want to step up my drumming as well.
Oh, it's very
Yeah.
nice. That's actually an exclusive. You're the only one who has that right now. So
Oh man, I am honored and humbled.
yeah.
Yeah, that is definitely something that, you know what I mean, like people need to hear. So if you tune into the Terrell Effect episode 224, you will definitely get a glimpse of that song. It
I
is.
think I got the album cover.
Oh man, no worries, no worries. Okay, she's back. All right. So yeah,
But she never really left.
you know what I mean. Like,
Sorry, guys.
You're always here in our hearts.
yeah. There's like, this is the actually. You know what? Yeah.
It's such a good art.
It's so cool.
Like I said, Excalibur level.
That's how we play Dungeons and Dragons.
That's in.
Hey. Nothing like standing before the gates of hell, just ready to fuck some demon shit up.
Yeah, that's the
Only way
thing.
there.
What we did is I read Dante's Inferno, and so we did a song for every layer of hell. So
What's your favorite layer?
it's probably I think that's a great question, actually. They're all so interesting. On layer 8, there's 2 punishments. So depending on your level of sin, you walk in a circle with all the other sinners, and there's a blackened devil there with a razor sharp sword, and he slices you open depending on your sin. So some people are decapitated, some people are emballed, or whatever that's called. And as you walk around the circle, you heal again, and then you come back again, and he cuts you again. So it's endless. And then the other punishment is you have your own personal flame that basically burns you for eternity as you walk around the barren plains. So that's circle 8. So I think that's pretty cool. And then circle 9 is the lowest level and the greatest sinners, which are those who were traitors against their friends, treacherous.
Yeah, that was
So like
treachery.
Judas, yeah, Judas is in there, and they're frozen in this lake. And there's Satan himself and all his glory. And actually in Dante's Inferno, he's being led down there by Virgil the poet, and there's a secret escape on level 9. So they find the secret door and they escape from the Inferno. So
I've got to say,
go on for hours.
being burned endlessly by one's own personal flame doesn't sound too different from being an artist.
That works.
Far too true. Why you gotta cut us like that?
It's a deep cut. It's a very deep cut. Because it's almost like sometimes you create these perspectives that aren't entirely true in hopes of achieving them. And sometimes people don't receive them as well as you intend them to be. But
Yeah, sometimes
hey,
they try to bring you right back.
come again?
Sometimes they try to burn you right back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Twisted.
Yeah.
Twisted is the system.
There's a lot of that going on right now. I think we're all being tested, and you can really find out who your true friends are. And some people will burn you to try and get ahead. So they're going to end up in the 9th layer in the frozen lake with Judas.
See, that's the one I don't want to go to because I don't like the cold, like at all. Yeah. Fortunately, I'm not in the habit of betraying. Like I my friends and enemies, they're like very 2 distinct camps. You know, not a lot of overlap.
Okay.
All right, so what I'm going to try and do is...
Scott, I will say the track that stuck out to me the most on Inferno there was the Adagio in B flat.
You get water in
Okay.
Just partially like the title drew me to it because I have an extensive like classical music background, but also just the vibes of that track. I'd love to know a little bit more about the thought process behind the composition there.
Right. Okay. So that was on our first album called Lore. So that's a concept album about the hero's journey. So on that track, what I wanted to do was kind of reflect on the enduring soul, how no matter what kind of awful torments we go through, the soul is still eternal. So my inspiration for that song was by this Franciscan monk, Gregorio. I'm going to butcher his name here, but Gregorio Savonarola, and he was in Italy, and he was the Catholic Church came down on him as a heretic. So they broke every bone in his body except for his right arm so he could sign his confession. So obviously you'd sign a confession if every bone in your body was broken. So he signed that. And then that night, as he was waiting to be burned at the stake, he wrote this hymn based on a psalm, and it's called Felix Ego. So what I did is I took the lyrics from that, and that's the song that I use, and then I just wrote a sacred choral piece to it, and that was the influence, because that guy went through hell, but yet he still regretted signing the confession. So he was like, he felt like wretched because he succumbed to the pain and actually signed a confession, and he felt like in the eyes of God that he was not worthy because he failed and he signed a confession that wasn't true. So I offer him a lot of respect.
Hell yeah. No, that's great. Thank you for the insight.
I have to believe that God understands extenuating circumstances, to some degree at least.
I think in that situation, definitely.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, he threw his arms up. So we haven't heard from DUI in the control room, nor Taylor, for a minute. So what's going on, guys?
Well, we're just jamming and talking, and yeah,
we see this.
Things that are not safe for live.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was Scott that brought up Dante's Inferno.
Thank you very much for bringing out Dante. I'll do a little plug.
So you guys are fans?
I am a poet. So thank you for bringing the literature into that.
Oh, very good. Respect.
Yeah. Yes, we played his alliteration #1 today on the Terrell Effect, episode 224. Yeah.
This is what happened when artists get together.
This right here is monumentous because it is, I think, the most amount of personalities we've had live simultaneously thus far. For our,
all our own weird ways, we all fit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is totally awesome.
Well, it's a great sign of growth.
It's like the thing where you take like 3 or 4 like jigsaw puzzles and just like put them into one box.
And sometimes there's going to be random pieces that fit together from different puzzles.
Yeah, and I'm one of those pieces that's jagged on all the sides.
Hell yeah.
I don't know what piece I am. I think I'm a corner piece.
Very prestigious.
Corner piece.
I'm definitely on the edge.
Yeah.
I'm the one where, like, you know it goes with the puzzle, but you can't figure out where the frick it's actually supposed to go.
So you're like the last piece?
Yep, I'm the last piece.
Nice.
Oh, man. Oh,
It's like, I know you belong here, but where the hell?
Oh man, this is awesome. Okay, so we have the secret conversations in the control room with Jay and Taylor. Jay and Tay. I don't know. It rhymes. I like it. Scott, what is next for you? I heard when we were backstage, there was kind of developments that you were talking about that we want the people to hear. So if you want to share that, by all means.
Sure, I'll briefly go over it again. So like I said, April 22nd is World Goth Day. We're going to be doing a live concert, streaming on that with the other artists from the compilation. So I'm waiting on confirmation on who's going to be on it, but the compilation itself has 13 artists. We were lucky to be lucky number 13. So I'm hoping at least half of those bands contribute to it. So we're going to be hosting it on Twitch at Dispel_music. It'll be on Facebook and stuff. And I'm really following on your lead because you guys really helped get me into this streaming. And I can see you're growing. I mean, you've got a full stream here, all these interesting people. So you guys are obviously doing something right. And then our singer actually just flew in from South Africa. She's in New York right now, and she's doing some acting stuff. And then she's coming here to Cleveland, and we're going to cut vocals for the Inferno album. So finally, we'll have the Inferno album done. And what we're going to do is we're going to release an EP first called Past the Gates. And then we're going to release the full length. And at March 26th, our second single drops on Spotify, and it is called Journey into Limbo. And that's the exclusive song you actually have on the block. So,
okay.
That's what's going on.
That was, I think that was the song that swept me. Like I said, I was expecting something different, and I was definitely pleasantly surprised with what I heard. Is there a song in particular you'd like to play off of that? Off of any of your albums in the Dispel music pack?
I'd be honored to play our first single and first music video. I might even be able to see if I can screen share.
Okay.
Let's see how this works.
While you're sorting that out, we'll check out what's going on with L. LG the kitchen. Just preparing some.
Can you hear that at all?
No. Hold on a second. There we go.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me.
Ooh, I love the costumes already.
All right.
Yeah, apparently that's like real chainmail and stuff.
Oh, yeah. So let me tell you a quick story about that. So there's this local group called the SCA, Society for Creative Acronism, and they do medieval reenactments and sword fighting and heavy combat and fencing and the sewing and armory and all this. So I friended up with them, and they brought me the chainmail and the swords and everything, and we did fighting choreography and stuff. So
I've heard of those dudes. Oh man, that's
yeah, they're
epic.
super fun. Super fun.
I want to play with a sword so bad.
Yeah, I want to talk to these dudes too.
It's been about 10 years since I did fencing, but it's so much fun.
We actually know somebody that is trained
we're
in the
hearing you guys.
ancient Japanese
Not
sword.
hearing you guys until you turn your mic on, but.
Ooh.
And he's just started to work with long swords and broadswords.
Oh, you're talking about Sam there.
Yep, it's good old Sam of the Electric Dead.
Oh,
Okay,
just
now we're
her
hearing the
voice. Oh.
Yeah, right on, brother.
Okay.
I just put him in.
3 minutes? Like they only go for 3 minutes. Yeah. It was boiling. No, it doesn't. We gotta break this first.
Got a spoon right here.
No. To get into it. Yeah, see? Done.
My bad. My bad. My application's different, you know?
Nah, bro. That would have made it like arch. That would have made it like soft. Okay, so now.
Toss that out?
Yeah. Oh, wait, it's only. You didn't do the extra half.
No, I didn't. That's
So-
why I said it wasn't ready.
Hold on, let me throw that out into something.
Or can we use this to make
Yeah,
the
we
other
can
half,
use that to make the other half.
right?
So we'll just throw this into, take this. Let's throw this into here.
All right. And the earth goddess grants Levi the sword of knowledge.
Yeah, that was evil. I mean, like, how long did it take you to get into costume?
We did it in one day. It's like 15 minutes, but it was like 90 degrees out, so it was like very interesting shoot, but it was all worth it because it was something I've wanted to do my whole life, was be in chainmail and to swing a sword. I accomplished that.
Awesome.
So everything else from here on out is just gravy or the icing on top.
Okay. All right. Nice. So, I guess we're gonna go around. If you're on the big screen, you get to pick someone on the small screen and ask them a question. We're starting with you. Yeah. So you can pick someone and ask them a question.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
All right. I'm the name's gone in my head. The Dispel guy. When did you like first develop that like interest in sort of like classical mythology? Like Dante. and all that.
Probably high school decades ago. Always loved it. I didn't connect the dots with that music for a while, though. Iron Maiden had that song "Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner," and that just blew my mind because I was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were allowed to do classic literature and metal." And then I don't know, just blew my mind. So I guess that's always been in the background.
Yeah, no, I love that because I see. It's funny. I see a lot of like that was one of the things that got me into metal. Actually, like seeing all these bands that like wrote about the same like sorts of weird stuff I was writing about, and just like I wasn't hearing it in a lot of the music I listened to, but like a lot of that like Scandinavian metal, like they're all about that. I like sort of like developed more of an interest in that scene particularly. So I feel that, but also yeah, Iron Maiden, like love them for that. Dickinson's here, so like tight.
All right. So Scott, you get to pick somebody while Elle's preparing the rest of what's going on. We're preparing the noodles right now. But yeah, so.
Oh, the perfect time to ask questions over noodles. So I want to ask Sharjar, what made you decide to be a singer in a metal band or progressive rock band?
I mean, ever since I was like little, I've wanted to be a singer. I said the last time we were on that what got me into singing was Part of That World by The Little Mermaid. And honestly, it was I never really had any intentions of performing live just because of what Second Stage is about. That's based on real events. And so yeah, I was just really, really shy and had no intentions of being in a band. My music instructor at the time was like, Charlotte, you're he essentially told me that I'm wasting my talent. So that's kind of what pushed me into being in a band and writing music. Because he basically said, you know, you're Picasso right now and you're not painting.
Oh, wow.
That's some inspiration there. Good teacher.
Yeah, I was kind of floored by that. I was like, did you just compare me to Picasso?
Wow. That's,
Good teachers are so important.
that's next level.
Yeah,
Okay.
shout out to him. His name is James Linderman.
Okay.
He does online classes for guitar lessons and lyric writing and songwriting.
Okay.
So
All right. So you're up. Who do you want to ask a question?
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't even have so James,
Knew it.
out of all of the venues that you've ever played at, which one was your favorite?
There are a few that like spring to mind first, but I think Opera House is probably at the top because it had a very like expensive stage, and it also had a certain amount of like grandeur, like the sort of overall like facade of it looked quite nice, and like there's a lot of room to like bring like extra equipment. Like I remember for one of our shows there, at least we brought like fog machines and stuff. And then, like there's a lot of room like really set up and explore the space. And we got a recording, like a live recording of that show, and like the acoustics in it made it sound as though like the drums like were like resounding across like the Dorvan halls of like Nidavellir. Like it was like spectacular.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bring in the Norse mythology, and I love it.
Let's get Ryan involved here. How you doing?
Howdy, I'm good. Don't really understand everything that's happening, but trying.
Oh yeah, right.
Okay,
Hello.
I'll give you the quick breakdown. This is
Not a huge surprise, but it took me a second.
this is LG's cooking. Oh wait.
All right.
LG's cooking. Where we got to get him on here. Come on.
I'm
now.
here, bro. I'm here.
He's here. Yeah, I see you.
Yeah, I'm here.
So that there we go. Bam. He's right now cooking up some stir fry and some fried dumpling with some corned beef as well.
Sounds
We
good.
got Scott from Dispel. He's from Cleveland, Ohio. Imparting what wisdom he can where it comes to the industry and Dungeons and Dragons and a few other aspects of life, which we're going to touch base on as we continue. This is Charlotte.
Howdy.
This is Kyle, both from Effects May Vary, who you can find on Facebook.com/Effects May Vary. And then we got James. Oh, come on now.
Yeah, I know him.
Okay.
From where?
I was putting names up there until we figured out.
All good.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I am David. I go by the block because apparently I'm always in the middle of things. And this is no different. We are at capacity, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the first time we have done this. We have got to full capacity. Oh, wait, I see Jay. Jay's got something to say. I don't think we got to Jay. We didn't say Jay. Jay and Taylor are in there. Yeah, my bad. Y'all
How
been
could you
kinda
leave
quiet.
Jay out with that magnificent beard?
I know, right? I was so
Sorry,
mad at
guys.
me.
We've been sitting here talking music, like Mr. Bungle, and just some stuff that's just great, and what we like and don't like about bands.
Mr.
I
Bungle
kind
is
of
so
started because
underrated.
Scott brought up Iron Maiden.
Okay.
Yeah, I almost got into a
Hey.
fist fight because I'm really not a fan of theirs personally.
Bro, I'm Switzerland in here. It's Switzerland up in here now. Come on. You have to put aside our differences because, you know, that's what makes us similar. Speaking of which, check out Similar Differences on Spotify or all streaming platforms. I would be remiss not to promote my dude, Zach Burry, and my latest release. So, Jay, you know what? You pick someone to ask a question of.
I get to pick, or should my oh, it's on me? So
Yeah.
let's see. Oh, we have a new person here. Sorry. I didn't
Yeah,
notice.
yeah.
Who's
Ask
that?
him a question
Where is
because
he
he
from?
was supposed to ask a question. Ask him something.
Which band is he a part of first?
That's a question.
That is a
that's
question.
me.
That is the
Yeah.
question.
Okay. Yeah. No, I play in Hot Apollo with James.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you
Oh, hey!
Not so, but I'm going to make sure here. Now, my question is going to be, how did you become a part of Hot Apollo, and what attracted you to that style that he does?
Okay. So during the when we were far enough into the pandemic that like no one had been doing any live music for quite a while, I was feeling pretty starved, and had been someone who I would be at a show every few days usually, and went looking for ways to kind of feed that, and answered an ad James had put up. They were looking for a number of things. I latched on as the bass player, and what drew me to it was just like there was quite a bit of content online, so I could actually listen to it instead of having to trust a description, which was nice. And that stylistically just lined up a lot with things I'm into that I don't hear a lot of around. Like the material that was available to listen to ahead of time, I saw a lot of like the Stooges and Television in it, and those like bands that I really like that I don't feel that influence in a lot of things that are going on these days. And you know, you get a little crunchy, but there's thoughtful melody in it too, and so it just seemed like it would be fun to play, and it has been. So it's been a good few months. We haven't like done any shows or recordings yet because, you know, the world is on pause, but yeah.
Next week, bro. You're up.
Yeah, doing some tracking next week. That'll be a good time.
Something I just heard you mention that stood out to me was you called out the Stooges influence in Hot Apollo, and I wanted to say to James there, when I first listened to the track that you guys linked us when we first interacted, the thing that stood out to me the most was in the vocals, a very sort of Johnny Rotten energy, like modern Johnny Rotten. So I really latched onto that, and I love that.
Thanks, man. Johnny Rotten's real dude. I love Pistols.
I've got a question. Ryan, is that like a Grammy or an Emmy on your desk there?
That is a daytime Emmy.
Okay,
I work in
tell me.
sound for film and television. That's my day job. So I won an Emmy once.
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Good
I'm not
work.
sure I did that. Congratulations. If I didn't know that, I probably already congratulated you and then forgot.
I don't usually make a point of dropping it into conversations, but it is on my mind.
For your parties, like crack open beers with it.
So you know what? The problem is that it's too heavy. Otherwise, I would wear it on a chain around my neck like Flava Flav's clock. But
Have you considered a papoose? You know, like an Emmy Bjorn.
Well, now you guys are an Emmy-winning band, kind of. So it's kind of awesome.
The show I won it for is a children's show, which wouldn't really fit so. But yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, we could do like a children's show opening or something. I mean, like they might be giants at the kind of crossover.
Yeah.
We did the theme song for like Rugrats and Animaniacs.
That Istanbul song was in Animaniacs. That was.
Yeah.
Well, hey guys, this is like super awesome. But, unfortunately, I got to cut out. I've got to head to Toledo. There is a goth night, so I promised people I would come visit. So I just wanted to say you guys are all amazing, and I look forward to hooking up again. And I feel like we should definitely keep in touch so you guys can play Cleveland. And then when we come up there, we can play, and we can obviously this is we're building an empire.
Yeah, no, Scott.
Hell yeah.
Get in touch. I want to like for one thing, I want to check out your Dance Macabre stream. I know some friends who would be like all over that. So yeah, like hit me up with that link when
What,
you get
a link for what?
your Dance Macabre stream you're talking about.
Okay.
That's what it's called. Yeah, your like golf show.
Oh, yes, it's going to be. I'll just give you guys the Twitch, and then you can pass that on. Yes, it will be April 22nd, World Goth Day.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
Right on.
I will be there.
Do you know why Goth Day's in April? Like, if I had to guess, I would put it in like late November or something. That seems like a very
Good point.
Or
I have
October.
no.
I would think it would be on Halloween or something.
well, Halloween. I think you'd want to give it a step.
That is a great question. I do not know the answer to that.
I mean,
Maybe
I
November
Goth
1st,
Festival
all
in the
Goth Day.
spring.
Right.
Yeah, you think it would be in the fall when everything's dying.
yeah.
Right.
Although
I mean,
I will say from a certain philosophical perspective, there could be an argument that the Gothic lifestyle is about making the most of life in spite of the inevitability of death, which makes spring a more attractive time period for all Goth Day.
I mean,
But I don't know.
most of like the wintry holidays are about like celebrating life in spite of the darkness. But like I don't know. I also know like a lot of like goths who are also very like witchy, and spring's a very like sort of important like magical time in that sphere too. So like
Yeah,
it's not like the most intuitive placement from my mind.
Either
Well,
that
yeah,
or it could.
then-
Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say then if you want the witchy stuff, then put it on like March 21st, which is the spring solstice.
Right. If I was to guess, I would say World Goth Day is April 22nd because that's the first time that the goths have to bust out the sunscreen. So that's going to be my guess.
Oh man, I haven't really fucked with those.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna cash myself out. You guys are all amazing people, and Dablock and Jason, what you guys are doing here is obviously making things happen. So I think that's the secret. It's up to us to do it, and now we have the platforms to do that. So rock on, everybody. Have a safe
Pleasure meeting
weekend, and we'll be in touch.
Bye, Scott. Have a good weekend. Rock on.
Oh, now it's me. Hi.
And now, the next star of the show.
Just to get the dumpling going in.
They want more.
All right, so Ryan, I want to circle back on that Emmy there because it feels like you're downplaying that pretty heavily, but like the closest I've ever been to that kind of award was taking photos with a Juno that a music teacher of mine like 10 years ago was house sitting for. He was house sitting for this friend of his who had a Juno award. And I'm like, okay, cool. We're going to take pictures of this while we get drunk at your friend's house. But I think that's pretty fucking impressive. Like, congrats. Like, I want to know more about what you won it for.
Well, thank you. So I am a recording engineer, and to actually make a living at that, you can't just do music. Yeah, TV and film pays a lot better. So that's most of my day-to-day work is I'm doing post sound for TV shows and movies. That one was for a show called Odd Squad. It's a kids show on PBS. And it's very cartoony, so it's live action, but it's got a cartoony attitude. So a lot of the sound in it is very over the top and creative. So we got recognized for that. Yeah, I don't know. It's work. It was cool to get it. Like it's I was not expecting it. I actually didn't know we were nominated until I started getting congratulated for winning. Strange. Started getting these texts. What? But yeah.
Well, it sounds really cool. I'm gonna have to check out an episode or two to hear what you were really doing over the top there.
Sure. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I catch some of the food.
most of them have things that are fairly interesting. It's the premise of the show. It's these kids who work for a fictional crime fighting agency. Because it's a kids show, it's educational. They have to like use math to figure out where the villain is going to strike next and stuff. But the villains are all just these wild concepts. Like there's one whose whole thing is that he throws jam at people, so they're like trying to figure out who's going to get jammed next. And so we've had to do things like a room overflowing with rapidly enlarging pasta noodles. And it's like there isn't a real sound for that, so you have to come up with something. And it's a lot more interesting than working on a cop show where they're sitting in an office shuffling papers. So it's neat that that's the one that will forever bear my name. I like that.
I love it. Yeah, the world of animation is super impressive.
Well, it is live action, but
Okay.
it's cartoony in spirit.
Okay. That's awesome.
I feel that.
What was the weirdest thing you've ever done on set?
We just got the
Like for a sound or just like behaviorally?
Yes.
I did once spend most of a day trying to convince a grown man to eat dog food on the basis that it would be for a better sound. That didn't succeed, so just kind of wanted to see if I could get him to do it. But
I mean, my father tried dog food just out of curiosity.
I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Bugs Bunny because the original guy that did his voice didn't like carrots, so he ate turnip.
Really?
Huh.
I didn't know that.
I imagine that'd be a similar crunch.
Not the next vegetable that I would have gone for.
But yeah, no, James, it's funny you said that your dad just tried dog food on a whim, because I have an identical story. Like my dad once just wanted to see what dog treats tasted like.
Yeah, I mean they look good, like, and they advertise them like on the packaging. Oh, made with like real cheese and like pepperoni or whatever.
Real meat.
Like,
So I worked at a pet store, and that's like a rite of passage. If
So
you
you're
don't,
telling me you've
if you
tested
don't
all
eat
the
a
pet
dog
food?
treat, then you shouldn't work at a pet store.
I mean, he did have one comment which did not come as a huge surprise. He just said it like tasted like a human treat, but flavored, which makes sense because dogs' like senses are like so much more powerful. Taste is
Yeah.
not.
No, but we had these cookies, and we marketed them that you could eat them, and so could your dog, and they tasted pretty much like Oreos. And
What?
I bought
That's
a
the
bag of them
marketing?
and forgot to share them with my dog.
I mean, I know someone who eats cat treats, and I'm not sure if she has cats. I think she does, but she definitely loves her cat treats. I respect that.
They tasted just like Oreos. I was like, I just sat there and ate the whole bag. I was like, oh, I just ate a whole bag of dog treats. Yep, this is where my life is.
That's a good place for that to be.
David circling. What's up?
What up? No, I was just bringing attention to the person who was talking. So, I gotta jump into the kitchen right quick because LG's rounding third on the kitchen stuff because looks like he's making that dumpling, that fried dumpling. You're gonna have to make a separate pack for the ones without it. Who disappeared? Was that Scott?
Yeah, Scott had to go.
Oh. Well, I hope he said his
Unfortunately.
goodbye- I thought he said his goodbyes and you guys got your connections.
Oh, he sure did.
Okay, all right, cool. That's what's up. Can't call the show LG's Cooking and not show LG Cooking.
That's what we're here for, man.
Yeah, no, I'm excited to see Stir Fratterday come to its fruition.
Stir Friday, I like that. I like that. Like if we had got on Friday, that would have been even better. But you know,
Hey, it happens.
It happens. It happens.
If it was Stir Friday, I don't think I'd be able to say it because it would be like copyrighted by Archer.
Yeah, Stir Friday is iconic. That is yours.
It definitely
But
is.
Stir Fratterday, that's just riffing.
Stir Fratterday. Stir Fratterday. I love it. It almost
Oh,
sounds
man.
like
That was
Fraternize.
Terrius.
Whose birthday's coming up next?
It is LG's birthday coming up on Monday, actually.
Because,
So-
well,
Oh, hell yeah.
we could, like, bake a cake and call it, like, Cake Saturday.
I like
All
that.
It's, I wasn't sure because that sounds all right. At least it meant someone's approval.
It took me a second to connect the dots there, but I like that. I could dig that.
Happy birthday, LG.
What's that?
Happy birthday, LG.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
That's James from Hot Apollo. Ryan's here too. I kind of missed out on what he was saying a little bit. So I did notice the locks. Like so like what instrument do you play?
In this band, I'm playing bass.
In this band you play okay, so
The long-haired bass players. We've got the got the collection.
nice. Okay. How many bands are you a part of?
Well, right now, just this one, but I mean, like, I play a number of things. Is the
okay.
why I
Okay.
prefaced it that way. That's all.
Okay. What other instruments do you play?
Pretty much anything with strings on it.
Nice.
Guitar, banjo, fiddle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you fuck with the violin?
A little bit.
Yo,
I'm not good, but I can play it. I have one. And
I did not. I don't think I knew this. All right, I have an idea. I've had an idea, but now like it
all
feels
right.
more
Am I
attainable.
bringing it on Monday?
If you want, like we could, yeah.
It's
like,
loud.
There are some like I have this like vision of like at least one song that could start up with like an orchestral introduction or like at least a violin introduction. Just that'd be epic.
Or I can bow my bass with it, like in Spinal Tap.
You can do it because I'm a big fan of that kind of thing too.
Yeah.
Like I'm always up for like more stagecraft.
Sure.
But yes, like from a sonic standpoint, like there are some songs that could benefit from some intense strings.
Oh wow. Fiddle, banjo, violin, that's quite the number of things. I couldn't even get it to squeak. That's my skill set where it comes to string instruments. I can play a trumpet. Like
Cool.
That's one of my things. But the stringed instruments, I don't know. I think it's my level of patience personally. Okay, I'm getting a phone call that I can't answer right now. Don't you love when people know that you're doing something, but they call you in the middle of that something they should know you're doing because you're doing it for them to see?
Yeah, I have that exact same problem right now. All my friends in my group chat that know that we're streaming and are supposed to be watching right now are just carrying on their own conversation.
I used to have a drummer who would have this like because of like his work schedule, he'd keep calling me like he'd keep calling me when I happened to be at the gym, and like after a while, like because I didn't like want to like like I wasn't trying to get mad or anything, but like because I was in the middle of something like it happened so often, it did get like slightly perturbing on some occasions, and it got to a point where like he could recognize just from the tone of my voice that I was at the gym when he was calling me. I was like, oh, sorry, you're at the gym. I'll call back. So yeah, I know what you mean. Like you can't expect them to know, but like there's a part of your like heart that just wants them to know anyway. So yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I would hope that. No, I think they know because like it tells them that I am live. Like,
Oh yeah, no, I did not have that excuse.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like, so, you know what I mean? I got to shout out the people that, want to reach out to me when I'm unavailable. That's just,
They just love you that much.
Okay, I got a question for y'all, and you can answer it one at a time.
For all of us.
Are there like diss tracks in your genre of music? Do people do that?
Yeah, I mean, like you go back to like Neil Young and like Lynyrd Skynyrd, they had a few songs that went back and forth. Like Sweet Home Alabama has a whole verse that's just about Neil Young. Like they say it like 3 times. Like what is it? I heard old Neil sing about her. I heard old Neil put her down, but I hope Neil Young will remember. We don't need a Southern man around he don't need something about a Southern man.
Southern man doesn't need him around anyhow.
That was in response to Neil Young's song "Southern Man," which was criticizing a lot of things about the South. But Neil Young and Ronnie Van Zant were actually close friends.
They're cool, but like it was like gentle ribbing. Actually, our new song has that. I was just telling the song we're recording. We don't need more songs about underage girls, and there's a line that talks about Kiss, the Beatles, and Led Zeppelin for all the songs they wrote in that highly specific subgenre of like popular music or like that tradition. So yeah, I don't know if I'd go like it's not like a very aggressive diss track, but it's a sort of like kind of ribbing on in that kind of way.
Okay. But
And I think
that's just a verse. It's not like a whole.
Oh, I can't think of any songs that are just about that.
When people have tried it, it hasn't typically gone really well. Like there was a whole. I mean, we're stepping outside the boundaries of genre maybe a little, but I guess if we expand rock broadly, so John Fogerty from CCR had a huge fight with his old record label, and the guy who ran that label was named, I think, Steve Zantz, something Zantz. And on one of John Fogerty's solo albums, years later, he put this song called "Zantz Can't Dance," and it's an okay tune, but it's real inside baseball about their fight. And if you don't already know everything about it, it means nothing to you. So it didn't really land with anybody. I think that kind of thing happens.
I can think of one good example on that, actually, too. There was one, you were talking about the Sex Pistols earlier. They closed out their album with EMI, which is just a whole song about the extent to which EMI sucks. So that's one. And also, it's like closer to pop than it is to rock, but there's some overlap. Lily Allen had a song that was just about her brother in a disparaging way. And in the music video, like, her brother is played by a puppet, and he's not portrayed in the greatest light. And then that same brother went on to play the guy on Game of Thrones who gets castrated.
Yep, Alfie Allen.
That's the one. That's the guy. Yeah, the song is called Alfie. Yeah. So that's I don't know if that's not really, he wasn't a public figure in the same way at the time, but yeah, no, like I think that counts.
Well, then
I think
Taylor Swift.
Yeah. I was gonna say just quick. I think the biggest diss track that sticks out to me in the rock sphere, and it's from the 70s or 80s, was Peter Gabriel's "Salisbury Hill," which became a massive hit, and it was all about him just shitting on Genesis, his old band, who ended up becoming a massive band in their own right under Phil Collins.
I thought it was about putting a Salisbury steak on a mountain of mashed potatoes. Actually, for real, whenever I heard that song on the radio, it made me think of camp.
That sounds delicious, though.
It does sound delicious.
Like, LG, how you doing in that kitchen right there?
Real good, man. I hear what you guys are talking about. My mouth is watering from listening.
Oh, man, I'm telling you. It's like, all right, we got some action in the control room. Oh, man. Dish. Yeah, are you playing? Are you guys playing? Yeah, they're playing.
We're kind of playing half-ass riffing, some Primus and.
Tell me you're at least recording it.
We're just kind of, getting to know each other here, like our musical backgrounds and whatnot.
All right. Yeah, that's what's up. Bassist.
Almost getting in fistfights over bands that, I don't agree with.
All right.
I was disappointed to hear you say you're not an Iron Maiden fan, but that's okay. I love your beard.
I'm not really into soft rock.
Wait a minute, yo. Iron Maiden isn't. Hold on. Hold on. Shots fired. Shots fired.
I'm also not a Jimi Hendrix fan. I'm sorry.
Oh man, wow. As long as you don't think he's overrated, we're good. Because he did contribute significant amounts to the genre. But
I'll keep my mouth shut then.
that's just my opinion.
I'm also not an Eddie Van Halen fan.
See, now I want to hear collaboration between Hendrix and Iron Maiden. I want to hear what that would sound like.
So pick the same 4 chords and play it really fast.
Yeah, just to crank Voodoo Child up by like double the BPM.
The blues solo over top. There you go.
I'd be up for that remix.
Before we keep shitting on bands I like, Taylor mentioned something earlier, and while I got him here on screen, I wanted to ask. You said you're a poet. I'm interested in knowing what some of your favorite like classical poetic influences are.
Yeah, no. My main ones are definitely William Blake, T.S. Eliot, Allen Ginsberg.
So
Fine.
more of a nerd.
Edward Spencer, John Donne.
So very much the American
The list can keep
American
going
poet.
on.
And what do you try to draw from them typically? Like what do you try to channel from those influences when you're writing your own stuff?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, William Blake is I am massively religious and spiritual, so that existential stuff comes from William Blake for sure. T.S. Eliot, because he's just such a brilliant writer, winner of a Nobel Prize of Literature, and just the way he writes.
And he wrote Cats.
I have tats?
No, he wrote Cats.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, no, T. Eliot. We have
Yes,
him
he
to
did.
thank for Cats.
Yep.
Yeah. Love that dude.
Yeah.
You mean Cats the musical?
Yeah, dude.
Sound.
Jellicle songs. Jellicle Cats. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he did a lot of plays that he was. What do you want to? The government paid him to do all that stuff. But yeah, no, I have 4 anthologies at home of all the poets from past medieval times to the 1960s, so I can turn to any page. No, Poe is not an influence.
That's awesome.
Yes, he's a good story read. Yes. I'm getting chirped as I have this talk.
I mean, personally, I'm a fan of Poe and Lovecraft and a little less of the poetic writers and a little more like the literary like novelist writers, but poetry, of course, still.
Well, I'm actually so to say those 2 references, I have been studying them because I'm working on my latest manuscript is a horror genre.
Oh yeah.
So I just released a book just before the pandemic, and now I'm working on the new one for some publishers to see how this goes.
That sounds excited. Keep me up to date.
It's definitely good times for sure. Yeah.
Can we go back and shitting on bands?
He wants to go back on shitting on bands. So what bands do you guys not like?
What bands do I
Bands
not like?
Don't like. That's a difficult question, honestly.
I have a better question. What bands do you not like, but you like a musician or an artist that's in that band?
Oh, there you go.
Question. The Smiths. Love Johnny Marr. Hate the Smiths.
Morrissey's amazing.
I'll tell you what. This is like my biggest unpopular opinion that people always hate me over. I love everybody in System of a Down except Surge. So like, I'm a huge Scars on Broadway fan, but I can't stand System of a Down. Just something about Surge's voice always puts me off.
I've never gotten into system either.
But I'm not a big Surge fan either.
I can care less.
But I like the music that the rest of the boys make.
I'm on your side. System of a Down can go away.
Yeah, give me Scars on Broadway. Give me some of that Michael Odagian. Their independent stuff after Surge left, like that's peak for me.
Actually, he's about to put it on the dishes.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. I'm gonna.
I'm honestly trying to think of a musician I don't like.
I mean, don't feel bad about not having active dislike for something.
Say what?
I don't know if we should do.
Like, I feel that.
Dishes?
Yeah.
No, because like even if I'm thinking of a band where I don't specifically like their sound, there's still a song that I really like.
Something to see still.
Actually, really, honestly, the only
Done proper,
I really don't like Cardi B.
I mean, hell yeah, I could definitely agree with that.
Right? Facts.
Or Nicki Minaj. I don't like her either.
I remember.
Actually, no, yeah, I can think of one. Her name is Nicki Minaj, and I hate her. I don't like her at all. Anytime it's like featuring Nicki Minaj, I'm like, I'm turning that song the frick off.
See, I had the opposite.
Nope.
She was like on every song in like 2011, and I really liked her guest spots on a lot of songs. And I thought, oh, I should like listen to some of her solo stuff, like see what she's about. And like I didn't hate anything, but like there's nothing like like the genre felt too different, or like whatever. Like the things she did by herself were like very different from the things she did when she was on other songs. And so just there's nothing for me to like get into there, and I just like checked out. But I actually really liked her like sort of cadence and like that sort of like high pitch.
Her voice is like getting a lobotomy.
I honestly
with a blunt pencil.
I think like she might be on. I think the Madonna song she was on might be my favorite Madonna song. But whatever. I do not any pretensions to not being
one singular musician I don't like. And like yeah, it's just.
I mean, I've never been a fan of like top 40 pop music, so like I don't have anything to really say about Nicki Minaj or Cardi B. I don't really listen to them enough to have an opinion.
And also,
I feel as though like a lot of the things she did that appealed to me are similar to the things that made Eminem appealing to everyone else. And like Eminem's an example of someone I don't dislike. I like he seems like respectable artist. Like he, is definitely like a virtuoso in his field, but I could just never really get into it much. So I think that would be like, it's not to dislike, but it's.
Well, yeah, I don't actively dislike Eminem, but I'm not going to go out of my way to listen to it either.
Yeah. But you're asking that you like members of the band, but you don't listen to the music. That'd probably be a decent example.
Any flavor still works, right? But when you reheat them,
it's interesting you bring up Eminem with how all this cancel culture conversation is going on, and people trying to cancel Eminem or something like that. But I've always just appreciated his skill for. Again, I'm not a huge listener of Eminem, but his skill for putting a ton of lyrics
it's not hot.
In like a very short space, and his ability to come up with it on the spot too, like that is so impressive to me.
Yeah, I remember like hearing like some of his like very like his like early stuff that was like everywhere when I was in like grade school, and there were things that like were decently catchy, but there were a few songs that were decently catchy, but nothing really stuck out to me enough to like get me to listen to it like actively and like seek it out personally. But yeah. But did he do something? Is he being canceled?
I mean, I don't really believe in cancel culture as a concept. I don't think it exists, but people are starting to talk on social media a lot about how his lyrics are misogynistic or yada yada. They're bringing up the old '90s debate about Eminem being okay for children, and it's like, well, fuck off. He's never been.
And then Wet Ass Pussy wins Song of the Year.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Like he's never been somebody that wrote music for young people. He writes music for young adults and like mature audiences.
Isn't that what the whole parental advisory sticker is for?
Exactly, right? Like, he really needs to bring back Tipper Gore.
I mean, Tipper Gore was like a cancel culture unto herself.
She would. I'll never get tired of watching the old Frank Zappa and Dee Snider videos from those hearings.
Add the Mojo Nixon ones to your rotation if you haven't yet. He's
Mojo Nixon? I don't even know that name.
Oh man, Mojo Nixon is like the
Frank
king
Zappa.
of psychobilly from the '80s, and he was very much in the tear down the PMRC rotation. So there's some videos.
Frank Zappa.
Frank Zappa is one of my absolute favorite just composers.
We were listening to that earlier. Actually, I was turning LG onto it.
Oh yeah? What's your favorite Zappa track?
Between the stir fry and the...
Yeah, that's a good one. I also like some of the popular stuff. You know, Why Does It Hurt When I Pee? Don't Eat the Yellow Snow. Cruise Sluts. Catholic Girls. That's a great classic. Yeah.
Okay, if you're gonna cite every song off Joe's Garage,
Joe's Garage in its entirety.
we'll just go with the album.
Actually, you know what?
That's the one
Frank
that's top of my
Zappa.
head because that's what we were just listening to.
Hell yeah.
Frank
What were you
Zappa might actually be somewhat akin to Eminem in my mind, because like I love the dude, but I never really found like a point of entry where I could get like intimately familiar with his music for whatever reason. Like I recognize it when I hear it, but like I never really sought out a whole like wealth of it. I think there was some collaboration he did with Gene Simmons that I really liked though.
If we're shouting out Zappa tracks, I would feel remiss not to bring up "Son of Mr. Green Jeans." Hot Rats in general is an amazing album. Yeah.
To me, Bobby Brown Goes Down was always like the one that initially drew my attention to Zappa. Just because it starts out so innocently and sounds like something that would be on the radio, and then all of a sudden he's talking about Bobby Brown going to gay clubs and or getting castrated or whatever, and it's like, oh, that's interesting. But that's the one that drew my
David
attention.
Allen Coe.
Somewhat now?
David Allen Coe. The songs like Finger Fucking Sally.
I know the name. I don't know the music.
He was like the
He also
forgotten
did
stepchild.
a metal album with the guys from Pantera called Rebel Meets Rebel.
Rebel Meets Rebel. Okay.
I feel so uncultured right now.
It might just be that some of us are old.
Well, more
Some
than
of
just
us,
being old, some of us have music degrees, and like when I was in school, it was all this kind of avant-garde shit that I was being encouraged to seek out.
When I became a musician, there was no cell phones. It was whatever anyone had with them.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sam the Record Man. Yeah.
I was there for like the closing of that store. I went to school with the guy, the son of the guy who owned it.
It was around. Actually, I think it opened up just before.
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, and A&M or whatever.
What happened?
A&A Records was right beside it. Yeah, that's how old I am.
Yeah, Dave, we're just talking about Sam the Record Man.
Oh yeah. Then you know about like Honest Eds and all of that stuff too.
Some of the lumber
Honest
from
Eds,
Honest
there's
Eds
no
is
one.
for sale right now. Someone reclaimed it during the teardown. If anyone is into woodworking, you can buy some Southern
Really?
Yellow Pine that was the beams holding up Honest Eds.
Wow.
Throw that out there.
Damn.
Nice. You seem well informed.
Can be like
On the things I pay attention to.
True enough. True enough. Oh man. So how long have you guys been playing together? You probably answered this already, but I've been fooding and stuff.
Us?
Yeah.
It's been a few months now, I guess. Like,
Okay.
it was still nice out when we started, so the whole winter, plus however long that was.
Yeah, like late summer, early fall, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what was it that like y'all determined made it work?
I mean, I'm not great at like diving into like the like particulars of this sort of thing, but it just felt right. Like similar sort of like musical direction, like compatible inclinations.
Okay.
That was my sort of take on it.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like it was just easy music to fit into for the way I like to play. At the time that I started to play with Hot Apollo, it was just three of us at the time. Our guitarist Asfer isn't here right now, but I found him really easy to like. We have similar ideas about arrangement, so it's easy when one of us is kind of coming up with something for the other to fill in, and the parts work together instead of fighting. So I've enjoyed that about it.
Ooh, I mean, we should have one song where the guitar and the bass fight.
Sure.
Like they just
Dueling
sonically.
licks. Yeah.
So
Actually, we do have a bit of that in Mess Like Me, don't we? Not fighting, but like sort of like repartee, like fencing almost.
And Tiffany, if we want to use our music degree words.
I like fencing. I like sword words. As you see.
So have
Sword
you
words.
ever played have you ever played a show with FX May Vary?
No, we're looking forward to it though.
Not yet.
Oh snap! Well,
Like,
I'd be
we-
honored and humbled to be the first, but I gotta make sure the venue or the location is down for it. I have an audio set that I just want to play some really good music, really loud through, and yeah, I just can't wait for the day that that's possible. But
Top
a
of
couple
my
places
list.
I have in mind to do that. So if y'all don't mind the travel, you definitely make something work. But we
Yeah.
gotta get. We'll see. We'll talk after.
Top of my
Hell yeah.
post-pandemic list is to play a show with you folks.
Yeah. I'm definitely like looking forward to that. To the day when I actually can meet you guys like in person.
Yeah, like I mean, I don't know about. I don't want to offer his services, but like if y'all in the Niagara area, you know, I know someone who knows how to put it down in the kitchen. Look at the tender nature of his look how he's delicately just sorting that out, just moving those around so that they can properly get.
That is a man who knows how to handle his dumplings.
You know what I mean? He's just like rolling it around in the oil, giving it some love. You know what I mean? That's what's up. We got two kinds of fried dumpling. We got the fried dumpling with the corned beef on the inside, and then we got the fried dumpling with the corned beef on the side. We got two kinds of stir fry. We got the Soulicious pepper sauce stir fry, and then we have just the regular steak stir fry. Yeah, we got two bases, two like individuals who are well versed in stringed instruments. Plus, like, not even 2, 4, 6. Like, I'm the only one here that doesn't play something with strings. Me and Elle are the only ones that don't play stringed instruments right now.
Do you play drums?
I play drums, yeah.
Oh, 'cause, like the snare has strings on the bottom.
I'll
They're
take
like
it.
Strings. The
I'll
chords.
take it.
At least they're string-like.
Yeah. The cajon has strings in it.
Just tie a guitar string to your trumpet and then
Just right over the bell of it.
I
know
play
what
a stringed
Just-
instrument.
Develop a system of pulleys to press the buttons on it.
Ooh, that's next level. That's next level.
Look like something out of a Dr. Seuss book by the time you're done. But
The Goldberg approach to musical instruments.
Oh man, for real though. But yeah, this is like again still a momentous occasion for me. We have filled the room We got good conversation happening. The only reason I feel bad is that it's his birthday weekend and he's cooking, but like some people just like to cook. I think he's one of those people. LG, am I wrong?
You ain't wrong, brother. You're not wrong.
Okay, okay. He's just at home. So yeah. Oh man. It's been like this kind of fell together the way it did. And because of all the moving parts, I was just like, it felt right to make it happen that way. And I want to thank everybody who's taken a moment out of their day to either watch or jump into this conversation, because we're bridging so many gaps right now. It's like we're showing people, hey, like there's things that are happening, even though the world's kind of shut down. There are creative people out there doing their thing and trying to make their mark on society. So, like, kudos to all of you doing your thing.
I mean, thanks for facilitating us, Dave.
No problem. No problem. It's kind of what I do. I like bringing people together for good reason, you know? And this, I couldn't think of one better. The only thing, like I said, you guys are missing out on some good food. I wish, like I said, when the world opens up, I extend the invitation to y'all to, you know what I mean, join us and, you know, kind of enjoy some of these delicacies we prepare. Next week we have Sakil coming in. I don't even know what we're going to be cooking. No, not coming in. He's going to be online. Sorry. And I'm going to play this. So if you have headphones on, please take them off because it gets real loud. So yeah.
I like.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all we get?
That was, you know what I mean? That was like 20 some odd albums crammed into one promo.
In there, that's 24 albums.
24 albums. One for every hour of the day. Jeez. That's madness. Let me coordinate that. Yeah. Ooh, shoot. Okay, sorry. I'm getting information on situations that are occurring while we're developing our nation to move faster than a blur. But let me get this to you quicker. Yes. Okay. All right. So from this angle, it looks like L's almost done.
Getting there.
Which means we're gonna have to get ready for the next show soon.
Yes, sir.
The next show is what's this? Okay. Give me a second. And here you go. Charlotte, check your messenger.
Yes.
All right. I just got a new video from Ezza. I gotta like that. It's called Vibes Are Us. It's featuring Light Spectrum and Ill Table Manners.
Oh, nice.
It's available on the Choom Room on YouTube. Like I get these exclusives as they occur. Some people, like, you know what I mean? Some people just see what we're doing and appreciate it and just work with us like y'all. And some people see what we're doing and are mad they're not a part of it, so they get all crotchety and act like I shouldn't be doing it because they don't want me to be doing it because they can't do it. The latter have a hard time dealing with me.
Just tell them to get better at what they're doing.
I like it's not even, it's the way they do it that they gotta get better at.
Yeah, that's just as big. That's just as big.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It's like if I didn't have the character, my skill set doesn't matter.
Hmm.
But some people just like being bullies. So other people have to film commentaries about them bullying.
Well, bullies are absolutely something that you're going to see more Effects By Vary songs about.
Yes, please. And I will
Second stage is definitely one, and I got one that I've been working on lately that's in a similar vein, although from my own perspective.
We've also got another one called Wasted Time.
Okay.
I need more of the sludgy stuff.
All right, all right.
So the one I'm working on is gonna fit your sludgy fixation there, Jay. I think you'll appreciate what I'm cooking up there. It's gonna be a while before it's completed, but I think it'll be worth the wait for you.
Okay, all right. Well, you know you have an avenue to release that information on when you have it compiled, and I'd like to extend, again, the invitation to join us on either the Savage Circle or one of the podcasts that we'll be running by then. There's a couple that are happening. Like, it's insane. Wait,
Once the video for Parasite is finished and ready to go, we will definitely approach you guys with it. I'm simultaneously excited and really nervous about that. But
okay.
It's her debut as a lead actress. She's gonna kill it.
Nice.
I mean, I can tell you right now that those tears are very real.
Okay. Well, I think we just lost Elle in the kitchen. But,
oh no!
I know, right?
Food explosion.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for this food the whole time. You can't do this to us.
There we go. He's back. On one camera.
All right. We lost Jay too. Jay and Tyler.
Jay and Taylor are gone.
Taylor, sorry.
All right. Well,
and is Ryan here?
I mean, we get to that time. I guess we should wrap it up before the gremlins get us.
It's true. Oh, geez, it's 20 past 5.
Yeah, bro. I've been doing this since like 12:20.
What is it with us and like talking for huge amounts of time and I don't even notice?
All right. Hey.
Well, it's good conversation. You know how they say time flies.
Indeed. And I appreciate y'all spending this time with us here. You know what I mean? Like I said, we appreciate those who are going through their stuff and take the time to come out and just chop it up with us. Share your developments and all of that positive energy that we could generate for the betterment of, community.
All day, every day.
Exactly. So, you know what I mean? This has been LG's Cooking, and we're showing that food and music can bring people together. So,
absolutely.
Now
food is the music of the mouth.
Food is the music of the mouth.
I love that.
Quotable. That is definitely a quotable.
Put that on a shirt.
That has to go. We have to write a song around that now.
If you don't, I will. So.
All
right. One of those things where like each of us gives their own take on it, Like that's how Frankenstein got written. Everyone said, "All right, let's like write a horror story about this shitty night we're having," and everyone like with their different things. And Shelley wrote Frankenstein.
Yep.
So we each do a verse on a different kind of food.
No, that's definitely a song that I would collaborate with you guys on if you want. I love writing songs about food.
There we go.
I'll sing a verse about cheese.
Oh.
Unfortunately, spaghetti is already taken. We have an entire song about spaghetti.
I remember like being on stage once, and for some reason, like my banter with the audience involved like a lot of analogies and things that related to cheese. And some guy just shouted out, "Oh, so you like cheese, huh?" And I thought about it. I thought, well, I mean, not especially, but yeah, I suppose I really have mentioned cheese far too much tonight.
Unpopular opinion, I don't like cheese very much. If it's the dominant flavor in something, I won't eat it.
What about curd?
I mean, if they're in like poutine or something, then
That's
yeah,
pretty
I'll
good
eat them.
choice,
But
yeah.
yeah, if it's the dominant flavor, if I have to eat cheese by itself, no.
They sell.
I have a,
I
I'm
mean,
the only Dutch person in the world probably that does not really care for cheese.
Well, that makes you more unique. Oh,
I've got a
man.
serious problem when it comes to cheese curds. I don't like the ones that squeak, but I know they're the best curds.
Wait, let's go to Jay on that. Because Jay got the hookup.
Jay's the
On
king of the
cheese
curds.
Yeah,
Jay, you're muted.
you're muted. No,
Or just too far from the mic. I don't know.
too far from the mic.
No, just curds. Sorry. Kind of out in my own world here. You'll see when you guys decide to come down and hang out.
Yeah, I still got curds from last week.
do people just
Makes one of us.
curds out of the bag? Is that a thing?
Yeah, people just sit there and eat curds out of the bag. I don't get it.
Ooh.
I've done it.
I don't get
There's
it.
no wrong way to eat any cheese.
I'd buy 4 to 5 pounds
I
of
get
time.
that.
That's why I put them on.
Curds out
And
the
if your
bag.
curds don't squeak, they're not real curds.
Yes.
I
Good
Yeah.
stoner.
You like them curds?
I know you're right, Jay. I agree with you. It's just a case of something about the squeaking. Just it's ear piercing when I'm eating the food, and I always eat less proper curds because I don't know.
I think I have the
Okay,
same thing with steak.
Here's
Like
the
steak's
trick.
supposed to be chewy, right? But like
Yeah.
when I eat like steak that's really chewy, my mouth like knows chewing too consciously, and like then I'm like I get the sort of like mechanics of it stuck in my head, and like
The best steaks melt in your mouth.
The
You barely have to
chewier
chew 'em
steaks
out.
are the bad steaks. You don't you like you want
Well, maybe
like
that's wrong.
medium rare or less. If it's well done, that's not a steak anymore.
Yeah, that's a shoe. You want it to like a
Whoa,
properly
hold on a
cooked
second
steak. A
now.
good vet should be able to save
Hold
it.
on a second.
Whoa. Who just said it wasn't sure?
Now, hang on. I know where LG's coming from. I spent a lot of years as a professional cook, and you can do a well done steak that's still very juicy and flavorful.
Yes.
It's harder, and a lot of people who consider themselves steak aficionados will tell you that you're overcooking it. And I mean, it's personal preference.
It's different after.
Thank you.
Yes.
Cut it off the cow and ride the rest home. That's
I don't
me.
know, like the steak that
I'm there
crushes,
with you, Jay.
it's pretty much well done, but it does like it crumbles when you bite into it. Like it melts when you bite into it. So it's the matter of how fast you cook it too. Like we cooked it on a low temperature over a longer period of time
Hmm.
just to give it that flavor. So
Yeah.
If
Low and
And-
slow is how you get to a well
I've never had
done.
an experience where it was,
Like a roast.
cooked
Yeah.
fast.
yeah, and
I've never known a steak to be cooked fast unless.
there have the
medium
fast
rare.
fry steaks are like the thin
Yeah.
ones, but like even then, this has been marinating for the last 3-4 days too. So yeah, it's about to be a
About to
joint.
rain in the mouth.
Right, all right. All right, so we're gonna get some food in our systems, and we're gonna come back for another episode of the Savage Circle, where we chilling and talking and jamming. But
Love it.
yeah, y'all want to anything y'all want to say before we head out? We'll start with
Yeah,
you, Kyle, while we
too,
have you on
actually.
the screen.
Yeah, check out the website or the Facebook page. We're going to have our new song up hopefully by next weekend, and Dave will make sure you get a link to the video.
Yes, please.
Thanks to Hot Apollo. It was a pleasure and a surprise to chat with you guys today.
Likewise.
Good to meet Taylor there as well. Shout out to again to my uncle Peter Harris, who's our sound engineer. He's been helping us a lot. Charlotte, if I missed any shout outs, you could take over. But thanks again for having us.
No problem. All right, Charlotte.
I honestly have to say that it was super exciting to meet Scott from Dispel today.
All
And
right.
we also have to shout out to Kyle, our videographer, who's working with us on our music video, because he did a fantastic job, just professionally and video editing wise. Which he was talking about stuff that I have no clue what he was talking about, but he did a fantastic job, just really directing and like making sure that my vision of the video is what everybody else is going to see. So yeah, it's just he did an amazing job, and I look forward to working with him in the future.
Right.
To jump in there, in case there's any confusion, that is Kyle Kane, not me. And
He saw the look on my face. He
his
must have saw the look on my
his production company is I want to say it's Heavy Lightwork. So if anybody wants some GTA video work done, go check out his website.
Okay. We're going to kick it with Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know what this was when I joined it. James said he was doing a show talking about the band and asked if I wanted to join it, and I said sure. But this was a good time, so thanks for having me on, everybody. I like getting to talk music with people. That's always a good thing. So.
All right. And yes, feel free to join us again in-house when the time allows. We're out in Niagara region, but like I said, we'll try to coordinate something once we hear things are in the clear. Then we'll bend your ear, so to speak. But yeah, thank you for taking the time out to come and chop it up with us. We appreciate it. And we're gonna go to the man who kind of helped make this all possible. You know what I mean? Rocking it out. So yes, shiny rock star.
Hello.
Okay, so anybody you want to shout out, say thank you or hi to?
I mean, all of you. Like seriously, like it's like for one thing, I did not expect to see FX May Vary tonight. Like that was a great sort of like first visual meeting.
What's up, dude?
Yeah, man. I was like, oh wow, this is not really cool. I deliberately went into this without like any sort of knowledge, and yeah, it was like a totally welcome surprise. And big thanks to you, Dave, like for putting all this together. Like it's great to like be on one of your shows again. Like it's always a delight. Can't wait till the next thing we do together. And yeah, just like big shouts to the future for hosting the eventual like live collaboration between all of us. However, like whatever form that takes.
Yeah. I did play Gwen Stacy today on the show because like it has some kick to it. I like it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It has some spunk, we'll say. So yes, definitely thank you for sending me some of your songs and you know what I mean, keeping me in the loop where it comes to your productions. We got to jump over to DUI now, see what he's got to say. That's you.
Yeah.
Away
Microphone.
Yep. We need the mic, bro.
Man, this is beautiful.
Your cameras
I want to
are
thank
out.
everybody who tuned in and the people that I met today. Awesome. Glad you guys and ourselves are getting down, doing something every weekend.
Yeah.
Getting through the lockdown is different for all of us, right? And this is cool, man. Saturday, birthday's in like 2 days. I feel blessed. Getting into the kitchen, chilling with the people I enjoy chilling with. So, hey, thank you guys and have a great weekend.
You too, LG. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.
All right. So, oh my goodness. Okay, this is gonna be. I got to do the rundown now. So, let me jump my screen on here. My screen's not jumping on here. That's not what I'm looking for. Struggle.
Mine's screwing up down here, so I can't do it, buddy.
Okay, I got it. Boom. There we go. So, 4. I don't know why I did it that way. For Hot Apollo, which is James and Ryan for this session. And Effects May Vary, which is Charlotte and Kyle for this session. Also, we had DUI and Taylor, Memoirs of a Mustache, aka Taylor Peebles. Oh, it's giving me a hard time. This is Dablock saying thank you for your time. LG is still cooking, but we got some food ready to go, so we're gonna have that And yeah, for those of you
We'll
who
think
have
of
come
you guys
online,
while we're eating.
yeah, we got some stir fry and we got some fried dumpling. So yeah, we're about to jump off with that. Until the next time, what you cooking?